the O.C.G, and I'm here playing more of the Callisto Protocol.
Entry 21C. Guards on.
And then part of the game where it starts to get really good.
I've got to make this quick. There's a pipe leads to tank 6, yeah. I can't see any access. I've got to find a way inside.
Yeah, it looks like they removed all of Caitlin's dialogues out of the game. I guess into the DLC. Fuck. They moved it here. Why would they do that? Like, literally, the collectible was originally over here.
It's now approximately 3 hours post-release. The rate of evolution is staggering. Organic camouflage, biophagic secretions, as if it's adapting to the environment. Adapting the environment to itself. Damn you, Cole. What have you done? approximately...
out and the door won't open? Typical UJC construction. Looks like it's cross-wired. Draws extra power. That's why it needs 2 fuse boxes. Wait, what the hell was that?
I need to keep following that red pipe.
Yeah, I'm doing. It's basically going back through this and prep for the DLC. Although it seems like most of the world even forgot this game exists. So did you beat the game? Yeah, well, yeah. Just wait.
UJC Printing at your service.
I'm gonna wait a little bit longer before I spend my credits. Yeah, this game got a lot of hate at launch. A lot. Like, a lot. But you know, I don't care.
Please, make a selection.
I bought this game at launch. I played this at midnight, the day it released. I thought it was not perfect. They should have not released it so soon. It could have used a few more months polish. I think they did that because the Dead Space remake happened to be just right around the time it launched, and they were afraid if they launched after Dead Space remake, they would lose all their momentum to their main competitor. But I think the game was great. I think it was worth playing. And that almost all the faults that I had with it have now been patched out. They dramatically improved the weapon swapping. They improved the healing animations. They made it so you can now finally listen to data pads while you're walking around. They improved the frame rate drops and shit. Like, now I'd say the game is in a pretty much perfect state. Sucks that, it took a while, but, also it ends well. And they just released a major story DLC for this. In fact, it's like technically the actual ending to the game. So, I had the season pass for this, and I had totally forgot that I had the season pass for this, because all the shit I've been through in my life lately. And, I decided, I'll play through the DLC, but it's been so long since I played through the base game, and it expects you to be familiar with the end of the game. I said, fuck it, I'll just replay through the whole thing. It's not like the game is super long anyway, so. Apparently there are brand new enemies, brand new sections. You get a new hammer. It's like a giant hammer that has kinesis. So, the DLC actually really good. And apparently the DLC is actually fairly long. From what I've seen, it's like 2.5 hours. I know that didn't sound long, but when the base game is 6 to 8 hours, having a 2.5 hour DLC, it means it is at nearly the length of the base game. Well, you know what I mean. It's of an appropriate length to the main game. Because this is what I've told people, and what a lot of people need to listen more and understand more, is there is no fixed length for a game price. People wish games could be this long or that long. That's not how it works. Certain games are longer, certain games are shorter. And so to expect every DLC to deliver the same amount of value would be stupid. So I genuinely think... Yeah, right? Pretty much. So I genuinely think that the golden rule is your DLC should be equivalent to your main gaming content. Okay, so what I mean by that is it should be, if you're charging a quarter of the price of the game for a DLC, that DLC should give you a quarter of the value. Whatever that value is. So, if you have a DLC, if you have a game that's 20 hours long, that's 60 or 70, and then you charge a quarter of that price, then that DLC should be 5 hours. You're asking people to spend a quarter of the game money, so you should be giving them a quarter of the game content. And that should change depending on the game, because obviously you're not going to expect a game like Callisto Protocol to be as long as fucking Final Fantasy. But, so that's key, is that the DLC should be appropriately sized to the main game. If you're spending a quarter of the game money and you're not getting a quarter of the game content, that's a ripoff. And thankfully, it seems like in this case, that's true. You spend $60 to $70 on this game, on the main game. It's like 6 to 8 hours, and the DLC is like $15 by itself, without the season pass. And it's supposed to be 2.5 hours, maybe 3 if you do everything. So they're charging less than a quarter of the game price for a quarter of the game content. So that's the golden rule. Meanwhile, compare that to fucking Destiny 2, where they expect you to buy an expansion pack every year to keep up with the game, and the expansion pack is like $50, and it's only a couple hours long. They charge nearly full game prices for a DLC that's nowhere near as long as the main story. And then, I don't even want to fucking talk about all them removing content from Destiny 2. It's the stupidest bullshit fucking imaginable. Number one, the entire point of an MMO is a game that will go on for years, decades, presumably. MMOs are supposed to be long-term investments. So, and grow and add and expand, so getting rid of content in MMO is like antithetical to what a fucking MMO should be. Number two, they could have done Destiny 3, because they did Destiny 1, they did the DLCs, and then they would do Destiny 2. Now, originally, under Activision, their plan was to keep that going and, do 2 or 3 DLCs for 2 and then go into Destiny 3. And they said the reason why they stuck around for Destiny 2 instead of moving on to Destiny 3 is because they wanted to keep adding to Destiny 2 instead of starting everybody over at level 1 with Destiny 3. Well, if you're going to take away content from Destiny 2, you may as well have just fucking done Destiny 3. And by the way, it's not a little bit of content either, okay? If you try to play Destiny 2 now, you are getting a shadow of what you fucking should be. The entire original campaign is gone. So the Destiny 2 main story, gone. The first 3 expansions, gone. Especially Forsaken, which literally was, like many people's opinion, the saving grace of the game. Forsaken was basically Destiny 2 2.0, gone. So if you're a newcomer trying to start Destiny 2, you're starting at like the 4th fucking DLC and up. And they said due to the backlash, they said they're not going to remove any more DLC, but like that doesn't fix what you fucking took already. The fact that like I can't play Destiny 2 campaign in Destiny 2 is insane. Okay, and never mind the fact that these are DLCs that people fucking paid for. This is not like where Fortnite will come out and it will replace the map, but it's free to play, so you're not losing anything. You had to pay for each one of these DLCs that you can now no longer play. Like, I think it was like $30 for Destiny, for Forsaken, and then like $20 for each of the DLCs. You know what? I actually like Destiny. You have to give it time. No, actually, that's not true. Well, barely changing now. Okay, yeah, I agree. That is true. I would say, yeah, it used to, it doesn't anymore. Either way, at least you're not losing something, you know? I actually will say that Destiny 2 was way better than Destiny 1. But see that's the whole thing though, okay? Even if you don't like Destiny, okay? It's not for everybody. That's fair. It sets a bad fucking precedent. Destiny is one of the major players in the MMO space, whether you like it or not, okay? It's a major game with that, it does insanely well, financially speaking, okay? Like this is fucking unheard of. Yeah. Like I said, Destiny 2 is way better than the first game. If you didn't like Destiny, I would have suggested Destiny 2, but now you can't play the original fucking story. But to remove content like this, paid content, is fucking unheard of. And I'm very vocal about this because people need to stand up and say this is bullshit. Otherwise, this could become the standard. This could set the precedent not only for other MMOs, but for other games. And it shouldn't. You should not, under any fucking circumstances, take content away from players. Especially not content that they have paid for. And not especially considering the fact that Forsaken was considered to be the savior of Destiny 2, and it was considered to be Destiny 2.0. So it's not like they just removed some little shit that nobody cared about. Forsaken was a big fucking deal. Oh shit. That was actually my first death this run. Actually been doing pretty good. Oh well. It's a precedent that for the future of gaming, for the sake of gaming, cannot fucking be allowed to stand. Because these big publishers, if they get the idea that they can get away with removing content, they will. And the reason why they said that they removed or because every time they made an update, they had to mess with all these different parts of the game. And I understand that. I totally understand that. It's bigger and bigger, bigger and bigger, and it can be mammoth. But number one, that's one of the things of an MMO. If you can't deal with that, yeah. I had to remove it, it's fine now. That's one of the things of an MMO, is that it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. If you can't deal with that, don't make an MMO. And number two, Destiny 2 is one of the most profitable fucking gaming franchises in the world. They make money hand over fist, okay? So, they can need to make it. This is not like a fucking indie studio that's struggling to get it done. This is a billion-dollar company. If they're having trouble maintaining the game, they can hire more people. It wasn't because they were getting overwhelmed, it's because they were lazy. Oh shit. Well, that's brand new. That was pretty cool. Yeah, they've added several new melee kills. I've noticed. That was only one of them. And that's actually really good because the finishers and the fucking death animations were a highlight of this game, so. And like I'm saying, like, Destiny now, to drop $50 a year for an expansion that may or may not be there in 2 or 3 years. It's fucking bullshit. And, you know, one of the key components to allow a game to keep going is to foster, right? To foster new players. It's fucking vital to foster. And it's kind of hard to get new players when you're literally telling them, if you play this game now as is, you'll be jumping in to like the 4th DLC with a bunch of people who've been playing this for years with no way to catch up without having to Google the story. I would not want to jump into a game like that. I'd be like, nah, fucking pass.
I see what's going on.
You know, and it's also... I need to... But it's fucking... more money I don't have. Fuck. Okay, so... Bungie was owned by Activision. And you know, a lot of us assumed, with Bungie being such a long and storied series of developers... I love Halo. I love Halo. I've always loved Halo. My entire life I've been a Halo fan. That it was Activision. After all, Activision is known for being fucking greedy. You know, but then they wound up being worse after. They wound up being worse after they left Activision. Nobody could have fucking foresaw that. And on top of that, you know, now... they're owned by Sony. Sony bought them last year. And maybe I could understand why they were being greedier, kind of, when they went solo, because they were now making a game and they didn't have the backing of a major publisher, so their money was probably much tighter. But now they're owned by Sony. Now they have the money. Cut shit out. What they do? Restore the old fucking content, man. Let me make sure. Oh, god damn it. That's another thing about this game that I really disagree with. I've seen a lot of people hate on the melee system in this game, and I, for the life of me, cannot figure why. I really like the melee system in this game. No such thing as too much ammo.
Entry 21E. the tank. Yeah, then up the ladder to the access hatch. Yes, sir. Just wrapping up. What? First, I've got to nick the console code off that.
I love Elias.
Should look for that guard.
Actually, hold on. Honestly, the only thing I really wish they do now like, the only complaint I really have about this game that I really wish they would fucking fix is allow us to remap the controls, because the controls for this are still shitty. Number one, added the ability to toggle sprint. I hate having to hold fucking L1. Number two, allow us to remap the controls, okay? Having to hit left on the D-pad to swap weapons is dumb as shit. Just make it fucking triangle. Having to hit triangle to stomp, it should be like in Dead Space. Click the right stick, especially because the right stick is literally not used. Or hitting up on the D-pad to open the pause menu when the fucking center button is literally unused. You fucking put it up on the D-pad when the select button is right there. Why? And yeah, you can kind of fix it by going and making a custom controller assignment. I don't know if you know you could do that in PlayStation 5. You can switch the buttons around internally on the system. But you shouldn't have to fucking do that. Just give me the option to remap buttons, for the love of fuck. Like, that should just be a standard feature in games now. That's what The Last of Us does.
UJC Printing for all your needs.
I would have a seriously hard time fucking playing Devil May Cry if not for the ability to remap the controls. Like, the fucking having guns be on square and melee weapons being on triangle by default hurts my fucking brain. I could not fucking deal with it. That's why I'm so glad they remap controls so I can make melee square and guns triangle. And actually I wound up switching that, and now I have it. I think I have it set up the perfect way. I have I have it set up the perfect way. I take the targeting from R1 to R2 because it's much more comfortable to hold the trigger. I make the melee attacks square. I make the style attacks triangle, especially because I always, in any game where you can use the styles, I do Swordmaster. That's my go-to, is fucking Swordmaster. So, and then I have the guns, or, you know, be circle. Shoot the tentacles. Yeah, well, honestly, you focus too much on difficulty. You have to understand that, number one, you're somebody who's familiar with the games coming into them. And number two, that this was made for a group of people that aren't familiar with DMC like games. The vast majority of Final Fantasy fans don't play games like that, so they had to try to ease them in to a combat system that they're not used to. I mean, I've beaten all the Souls games. Like I said, I can play through the fucking Souls games without breaking a sweat. So, to me, most games now I could just say are easy, but you know, like it all depends. Like I said, but yeah, if you're expecting it to be like DMC difficulty,
If you can hear this, just shoot the tentacles for smash.
it's not gonna, you know. It does ramp up in difficulty more overall, but it was never gonna be as difficult as DMC. That's the point of this was to introduce a new kind of people to that combat. So.
With your baton. It's the only way. Otherwise, they just get bigger, stronger. I can hear them. They're coming this way. I'm not gonna let them get me. I'm not gonna end up like that.
I will say, if it makes you feel any better, they did actually make the Final Fantasy mode much harder, so. Oh, hold on, let me make sure I got all the audio. Okay, here we go. Because at that point, it's like, oh, they beat the game. Let's make it harder, so. The battles start out way harder in Final Fantasy mode. Let me see. Oh, it won't let me. Looking for a specific door so I can try to get to a fucking collectible. I'm trying to get all the collectibles. They've already fucking... Honestly, they've moved some of them around. The collectibles are not in the places they used to be anymore. It kind of fucked me up. Son of a whore. Although really me trying to get all the collectibles is just for the fuck of it. Alright. Yeah, this is where I drop down.
Third cycle initiating.
Here we go.
Yeah, I'm sure I can just sit here and wait for the thing to cycle down in peace, right?
Progress.
What the f...
Warning. Anomaly detected. Cycle complete. Access hatch open. Please activate ladder. Sealed. Beginning pressure check.
Damn thing won't quit. I guess I'm going this way.
Pressure check complete. Releasing gate valve.
Releasing gate valve.
Well, at least you're getting a bath, Jacob. Ah, my leg is killing me. Ah, fuck. Hold on. Ugh. Let's try that. See if that's any better. God, if it's not one thing, it's another. Fuck you! This really is just not Jacob's day.
This fucking place.
Ready him.
Loud and clear, bruv. Good timing, too. I'm getting close.
Okay, I got eyes in the tram station. I'll meet you there.
Not so fast. See that building, oxygen processing? There's a security station inside. You need to get there to lift the lockdown in the dome. Can't dock the tram until you do.
I have a feeling you're telling me everything.
Easy, bruv. Just keep trusting the plan, yeah? And keep moving. We gotta beat this storm.
God, those guys can be fucking annoying.
Protective service required.
Please make a selection.
Access denied.
Sir, we have to evacuate. Negative, we have to contain this. Not a single inmate is escaping on my watch. But sir, you don't understand.
Skunk gun. So fucking useful.
UJC printing at your service.
I love a skunk gun, I really do.
Stand by. Have a united day. Executing. Cycle complete. In progress. Print finished. Excellent choice. Have a united day. User assumes all liability use of this print. Cycle complete. Print finished.
Authorization required. Authorization required.
I love that little satisfying when he opens the fucking thing. I really do.
Sir, we have to evacuate. Negative, we have to contain this. Not a single inmate is escaping on my watch. But sir, you don't understand. They're not inmates. Not anymore.
Yeah, that fucking right. Oh, you fucking kidding me?
the lockdown code. Elias, you copy? I'm lifting the lockdown.
Nice work, bruv. Pulling inside the station now.
Only problem is I can't reach it. The walkway collapsed.
The utility room across the way has access to the level below. See if you can reach the catwalk from there. And hurry, that storm's getting worse.
Oh, for the love of fuck.
Special discount for Canadians. Just scan your shit.
Ah, fuck. Okay.
Keep the fins, lose the flag.
civilians from the dome. Listen, I'll be on the next tram right behind you. I just need to...
Your favorite lead.
All right, motherfucker. Right, look at my everything. Oh, okay, asshole. Let's do it. Fuck. Oh, my cat's being cute. Right, they do.
Jacob, boy, over here.
No.
It's not as bad as it looks. Come on.
You want me to climb that?
That depends. Do you want to get off this rock?
Yeah, that's a good point.
What I say? You look like shit.
Yeah, I look like shit, huh? I smell like it too because somebody forgot to mention that I'd be swimming in it.
I told you it wouldn't be easy. But what matters is that you made it, yeah?
No, we both did.
Not quite yet. But we're nearly there. Come on. Give us your hand. Gotcha! Quick! Get to the train station! Get in! Holy shit, bro. I think those things are changing. They're evolving.
Yeah, I think we need to get the hell out of here. What's with the suit?
Station got damaged during evacuation. We've got to go outside to access the tram. Here, get suited up. We still got to beat that storm. When you're ready, we'll cycle the airlock.
Now we get the suit, which not only gives us... The suit not only gives us more health, it also doubles our inventory.
What are you in for?
Everything new.
What? You worried you're helping a murderer, Sky?
Yeah, kind of.
Well, you are, man. So what? Look, it was a long time ago, yeah? I was defending myself. Wrong place, wrong time. Made a lot of bad decisions back then.
Yeah, well, you were probably just dealt a shitty hand.
No. No. I was used to blame everyone else. But then I realized this was on me. You can't keep running from what you've done.
There's always a prize to pay.
And that's the end of the first half of the game, which dramatically shifts